Hello, everyone. Have you ever imagined walking into your local supermarket and finding the shelves shockingly bare? As we venture deeper into 2024, this nightmarish scenario is turning into a harsh reality for many. With disruptions in supply chains becoming more severe, the sight of empty shelves could become a common occurrence by winter. Current forecasts predict a troubling trend. By late 2024, 25% of grocery stores may experience significant inventory shortages. This crisis is no longer a distant worry. It's knocking on our doors. It's frustrating, right? You go shopping with a full list but return home with barely half of your essentials. Items are disappearing right before our eyes. But here's the silver lining. I'm here to guide you through this storm. Today, I'll reveal the top 10 grocery items that are rapidly vanishing from the shelves and which ones might soon follow. Retailers are struggling under the weight of these challenges, akin to patching up a boat in a storm. So grab your notepad and let's dive into which essentials you need to stock up on to weather the coming shortages. Stay ahead of the curve and ensure your pantry is prepared for the colder months ahead. Number 10. Berries, folks. We're in a bit of a jam here. No pun intended. Our beloved blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, usually the highlight of summer picnics and desserts, are becoming scarce luxuries on store shelves. Why, you ask? Well, it's these darn unpredictable weather patterns, courtesy of none other than Mother Nature herself. Farmers are dealing with a real mess, from sudden deluges to scorching heat waves, especially across our great nation and over in Europe too. What's the real damage? Smaller crops, less juicy berries, and yes, significant losses in some regions. Let's take a trip to Oregon and chat with Sarah, who's been selling fruit longer than she cares to remember. She's got customers clamoring for fresh berries daily, but more often than not, she's got to turn them away empty-handed. It's tough, real tough, she tells me, especially when you know folks are looking forward to that burst of berry flavor, and all you've got are apologies. If you're a die-hard berry lover, it might be time to get innovative. Think frozen berries for those smoothies or desserts. Remember, prices might climb as the supply dwindles, so keep your eyes peeled and adapt your shopping habits accordingly. Moving on to number 9, chocolate. Now here's a piece of news as bitter as dark chocolate itself. Our go-to comfort food, folks, might soon be tougher to find. The main cocoa producers, Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana, are facing a heap of trouble. Diseases ravaging cocoa plants, labor shortages, you name it, they've got it. This spells trouble for chocolate lovers worldwide, particularly those with a penchant for the richer, dark variety. Imagine this. You walk into Alexandra's shop in Belgium, where they craft some of the finest chocolates you can dream of. She's in a bind, telling me, "We take pride in our chocolates, but with cocoa as scarce as hen's teeth, costs are skyrocketing." It's a real kick in the teeth for artisans like Alexandra, struggling to keep up with quality without jacking up the prices too much. So, what's the takeaway for all you chocoholics as we head into the holidays? Be ready for those price tags to jump. Chocolate is about to become a luxury item, so maybe start stocking up or consider some tasty alternatives. Whether it's a gift for your loved ones or a treat for yourself, plan ahead. Maybe even tuck away a few extra bars. You'll thank yourself later. Number 8. Craft beers. Hey, all you beer lovers out there, brace yourselves because finding your favorite craft brews this winter might just get a bit tougher. We're facing a real perfect storm here. Supply chain snarls, ingredient shortages, you name it. Key components like hops and malt are in short supply, and to top it off, there's a looming crisis with carbon dioxide. Take Jack, for example, a die-hard microbrewery owner down in Texas. He's been hitting the pavement hard, trying to keep his head above water in these rough seas. Navigating through this is like walking a tightrope, Jack tells me. He's pushing the boundaries of traditional brewing, mixing up the recipes to work with whatever ingredients he can get his hands on. Yet, despite his innovative twists, some of the regulars can't help but miss the familiar flavors they've come to love. While the big beer companies might weather this storm with their massive stockpiles, our local heroes like Jack are feeling the squeeze much more. These craft brewers live by their unique blends and small batches, so when they can't get their hands on the right stuff, it hits them, and us, hard. So, as we move into the chillier months, you might find yourself tasting some unexpected new brews or missing those go-to favorites a bit more. But let's not forget the resilience and ingenuity of brewers like Jack. Every bottle tells the story of their struggle and creativity under pressure. This winter, let's embrace the new flavors, support our local breweries, and toast to their enduring spirit. Craft beers might be facing challenges, but the passion and community that fuel this industry are flowing stronger than ever. Number 7. Maple syrup alert. Now here's a sticky situation for you pancake lovers. The iconic Canadian maple syrup is in trouble. That's right. Most of our beloved syrup comes from the vast snowy forests of Quebec, but this year, they weren't so snowy. An unusually warm winter and an early spring have caused the maple trees to be a bit stingy with their sap, leading to dramatically lower yields than usual. This weather hiccup has thrown a wrench in the works for the whole maple syrup production line, sparking a shortage that might just reach your breakfast table soon. Ben, a veteran syrup producer from Quebec, puts it plainly. The trees weren't cooperating this year. It's a tough break for producers like Ben who've been in this game for decades, collecting sap the old-fashioned way. What's the bottom line for you syrup fans? If you don't have a secret stash of maple syrup, you might have to rethink your pancake game. Alternative toppings might be on the menu, or you could be shelling out more for a bottle of that sweet amber nectar. As we count down these at-risk items, remember, maple syrup isn't just a topping, it's part of our culinary heritage. And this season, it might just become a sought-after luxury. Get creative with your breakfast choices, and maybe give some new toppings a try as we navigate this syrup scarcity together. Number 6. Olive oil crisis. A deep dive. Listen up, folks, because this is bigger than your average blip on the radar. As we head into those chilly months, a real pressing issue is coming into the limelight: the looming shortage of olive oil. Now, we all know olive oil is the heart of Mediterranean cuisine, a true kitchen essential across America and beyond. But this winter, we're staring down the barrel of a serious squeeze on our olive oil supplies, primarily from the powerhouse producers in Spain, Italy, and Greece. These countries are the big guns, accounting for more than 70% of global production. Here's the gritty part. A nasty mix of climate change and pestilence is laying siege to their olive groves. We're talking long spells of drought that stress out the trees, leaving them weak and prone to diseases. And the real kicker? That dastardly bacteria, Xylella fastidiosa, is wreaking havoc, blocking the tree's water transport like a bad artery, leading to wilting and ultimately the death of countless olives. Take it straight from the heart of Tuscany, where Lisa, a steadfast third-gen olive farmer, is feeling the pinch. Watching your life's work decline before your eyes, it's more than tough. It's a tragedy, she confesses. Her farm's output has halved and the quality, not what it used to be. This isn't just business, it's her family's legacy on the line, and it's hitting us right here at home, folks. As the supply of olive oil thins, prices are shooting up, hitting peaks that make your wallet wince. Some brands, desperate to keep olive oil on the shelves, are cutting it with cheaper oils, diluting the pure stuff we've come to rely on. So heed my advice. Stock up on the good oil while you still can, or start scoping out alternatives. This golden elixir is turning into liquid gold, a rare commodity in our pantries. Number 5. The unpredictable macaroni crisis. Now this might sound like a bit of a stretch, but bear with me. Macaroni, that cornerstone of American comfort food, is in the throes of a full-blown crisis. It's tough to wrap your head around, but here we are, facing an actual pasta pinch that's leaving store shelves wanting. What's behind this macaroni mayhem? A severe shortfall in global flour supplies, crucial for churning out this beloved pasta, has thrown the pasta market into chaos. Heavy hitters in the pasta world like Barilla and Kraft are scrambling. These titans of the pasta aisle are struggling to keep up with the demand for two of the hardiest staples, spaghetti and our dear macaroni. It's a stark wake-up call on how delicate our food supply chains are. A bump in the road with raw materials and bam, we see the domino effect. And if you've done any grocery shopping lately, you've probably noticed, it's not just about scarcity. Since 2021, the price of a humble box of macaroni has skyrocketed by nearly 29%. What used to be a budget-friendly meal is now pinching our pockets hard. So what's the game plan for us, the everyday folks? Keep those eyes peeled for any macaroni sightings at good prices, maybe stock up a little, or, who knows, perhaps it's time we start rolling out our own dough. As we brace for a possibly long winter, remember, this macaroni mishap is a lesson in valuing and preserving the simple joys, like a warm bowl of mac and cheese, that bring us all a little comfort. Number 4. Cold cuts. The looming deli dilemma. Picture this, folks. You stroll into your local deli, mouth watering in anticipation of snagging some ham, salami, or pepperoni for that killer sandwich, and what do you find? Empty shelves. What in the world is happening? Well, let me tell you, it's a bit of a gas problem. Carbon dioxide, to be exact. This isn't just about those fizzy drinks we all love. CO2 is crucial for keeping those deli meats we crave fresh and tasty, thanks to its role in modified atmospheric packaging. Now here's where it gets tricky. This whole shortage mess ties back to basic supply issues with corn and sugarcane, which are key in producing ethanol, and that's where we get our CO2. With less of these crops, we've got less CO2, and that means big trouble for preserving meats like turkey and other deli staples. Even big names like Kraft are on high alert, hinting that turkey could be tough to come by if we don't sort this out soon. So, what's at stake? Think about your holiday plans. Those family get-togethers with a lush charcuterie spread might be in jeopardy this year. But fear not, our food industry heroes are scrambling, looking into alternative methods to keep these meats available and tasty. They're exploring every nook and cranny, trying to ensure we don't face a deli disaster. So, brace yourselves this winter, and remember, our beloved cold cuts are a little more fragile than we thought. Number 3. Corn chips. A crunch crisis alert. All right, all you corn chip fanatics, get ready for a bit of a bumpy ride in the snack aisle. Imagine you're walking down that supermarket lane, geared up to grab a bag of your favorite crispy treats, Fritos, Doritos, you name it. But instead, you find barren shelves. It's not a nightmare. It's what's shaping up to be a harsh reality. We're teetering on the edge of a serious corn chip shortage. Why, you ask? Let's dig into the dirt here. It's not just chit-chat on social media platforms like TikTok or Reddit. Those snack lovers there are sounding the alarm. We're looking at a 17.7% drop in global corn production since 2020, folks. That's due to a storm of extreme weather and, not to forget, the geopolitical rumble between major grain exporters Russia and Ukraine. It's more than a hiccup. It's a full-on crisis. With corn becoming scarcer, prices have skyrocketed a staggering 40%. This is squeezing everyone, from the big chip companies to us regular Joes just wanting to crunch on some Doritos. The prospect of savoring a bag of corn chips is quickly turning into a luxury. So, what's the move? Time to think like a prepper. Start stocking up on those corn chips now. Not only will you dodge those high prices, but you'll also keep your snack stash full as we head into a possibly long and snackless winter. Number 2. The big freeze on frozen chicken nuggets. All right, fellow Americans and chicken nugget aficionados, here's the scoop. We're facing a real crunch in the frozen food aisle. And yes, that includes those beloved chicken nuggets. What's causing this freeze up? You guessed it, a carbon dioxide shortage. This gas does more than just put the fizz in your soda. It's a critical player in the freezing process that keeps our favorite quick meals, like nuggets and pizzas, fresh and safe from bacteria. Now, why is CO2 so crucial? In the frosty world of frozen foods, this gas works its magic in rapid freezing tunnels, ensuring that foods freeze quickly and evenly, avoiding those dreaded hotspots that can cause food spoilage. But here's where we hit a snag. Although the poultry industry is slowly picking up, this CO2 pinch is putting a damper on things, making it tough for food processors to keep up with demand. It's not just about the nuggets. This hiccup is throwing a wrench in the works for a slew of other grocery essentials too. So what's the game plan for you, the savvy consumer? If you come across a solid deal on frozen chicken nuggets, grab it. Stock up while you can. With the holiday season on the horizon and the chilly months setting in, you'll want to have a ready supply of these tasty, convenient treats. Keep those eagle eyes on sales and remember, snagging a stash of nuggets now could save you from a nuggetless plight this winter. Season 1. Tomato Products. The upcoming shortage crisis. Folks, hold on to your hats because we're heading into a rough patch in the tomato sector this winter. You might find yourself missing out on your go-to tomato delights, from zesty sauces to your morning glass of tomato juice. And here's why. California, the breadbasket for U.S. tomatoes, has taken a hit with early storms this year. These relentless rains turned prime fields into swamps, putting a serious delay on the planting season. As the year progressed, hopes for a robust tomato harvest dwindled. Farmers and the California Tomato Growers Association are sounding the alarm, predicting that this isn't just a bump in the road, it's a full-on crisis. Aaron, a hard-working farmer from San Joaquin Valley, stands among those witnessing firsthand the drop in yields and is bracing for the impact on our supermarket shelves. The domino effect is already in play. Noticed a hike in the price of your favorite pasta sauce or salsa? That's the first wave of the tomato trouble rolling in. And brace yourselves, because this might not just be a temporary blip. Experts are warning that these disruptions could stretch into 2025, especially if unpredictable weather continues to throw us curveballs. For those of us who relish a good splash of ketchup or a homemade marinara, it might be wise to start thinking about alternatives. As we navigate this situation, keep a sharp eye on your shopping lists and maybe get a little creative in the kitchen. The days might be getting shorter, but with a bit of planning and flexibility, we can ensure it doesn't spell the end for our favorite tomato-based treats. As we gear up for the colder days ahead, it's clear our shopping trips will be anything but ordinary. From the crunch of corn chips to the staple of chicken nuggets and the base of our beloved tomato products, the trials of climate, geopolitics, and supply chain snags are reshaping our grocery landscape. But fear not. With some foresight and culinary creativity, we can tackle these challenges head-on, ensuring our kitchens remain stocked and our dining experiences rich and fulfilling throughout the winter months.